your best and greatest contributions. So it's about knowing when to stay the course, knowing when to take a detour, or even knowing when to make another path altogether. And career development is very empowering. I think Ren would agree with me. Yet it's also a very personal thing. Exactly the reason why we invited someone here today to join us and talk about his personal career journey. Why don't we introduce him, Ren?
Of course. So this is someone that I've been working with for the last 2 years, and I'm very privileged to say that he's been a great team member. He's someone who carries engagement. He's a great dancer. Maybe you know who I'm talking about. He's a tenured leader and our main man for Total Source Payroll, KayciDavid.
KayciDavid!
Thank you, Claude, Laarni, Nami, and Sunshine for that. So, first off, happy Wednesday and good morning, ADP Philippines. Sabi ka ba doon? 2 weeks worth of practice yon. Alright, so again, for today, I'm going to be talking about 2 things. First off, I'm going to give you a snapshot of my career journey over the past 20 years. So, I started working when I was 8. And then number 2, I'm gonna talk about my context on how I've developed in my role and where am I currently. Okay. So first off, meron akong pa-quick change. Yun yung kanyang chance. Yeah. Para medyo professional tayo. And syempre, we have our flicker. Yeah. Hello? Oh. Alright, so let me go through my career journey. So I only had 4 past employment. ADP is my 5th. So I started with Smart, and everyone knows that's a telco in the Philippines, right? So that was my dream company when I was still in college. Like, I would have my email address at smart.com.ph, my number at 0919, and I did my OJT with Smart as as a customer service in the mall. So I'm the person that you would see with the wireless hub, asking for refund or complaints about your postpaid service. I'm the one that you can find in the mall. So I stayed there for about a year, and then after a year, there. So I stayed there for a year, and then I moved to a BPO. So this is my first BPO company, which is West. But now they're called Alorica. So I stayed there for almost 3 years. So I worked with an internet service provider, which is Earthlink. So the story behind there is that after a year of working with Smart, we did a college reunion, and then one of my college classmates, she was talking about how high their salary is. And back in Smart, our salary back then is like 8,000 pesos per month, right? And my college BFF, she was boasting about like they do team building in Galera every week, they do team building in Pansol every month, and they have Starbucks every payday. And I was encouraged, to move my career from a corporate role to a BPO. So I worked there for 3 years. And yes, when I moved there, my salary went up to 12 plus 1. So I was really, really happy, and I was telling my family, mayaman na tayo, I have 12 plus 1, di ba? 12,000 per month plus your 1,000 pesos allowance, right? But during that time, my shift starts at 2 a.m. in the morning, And when I wake up at 12, everyone in the family is sleeping. And then when I go home, everyone is out, either working or at school. So my mom forced me to resign because I was like a boarder in her house. Like, para ka ng boarder dito, right? So I was forced to resign, but not really in particular why. Just that I need to find a day job, right? Because I don't spend much time with my family anymore. So after working with Earthlink West, I moved to 247.ai, and during the time, it's one of the companies that offer day job. So I worked with Optus, so it's an Australian telco. So I stayed there for 13 years. And again, I started at 8. So the turning point back then is that I was, asking my family if this is the career that I want to pursue because, again, it's a BPO and, based on my portfolio, I'm a graduate of marketing. And I can pursue, my dream job, which is a corporate lawyer. But I decided that 24/7.ai is a good organization and it's a day job. It offers like 20% markup from a typical day job. Thus, I decided, to really work hard and work my way up. So I started as an associate and then to a subject matter expert, team leader, senior team leader, and operations manager. So I stayed there for 13 long years. And then I've been into all types of account, like financial, sales, tech, retention, customer service. I also did client services, engagement, and internal branding with 24/7.ai. Just that after 13 years, someone called me and then offered this role with the largest engine, which is Google. So I partnered with YouTube. So I stayed there for 2 years, and then I catered to 5 different languages, but I don't speak them. So I did cater to Vietnamese, Chinese, Thai, Spanish, and of course, our best is from the Philippines. One probably good story that I have picked up from Cognizant is the diversity of culture. Like again, we cater to 5 different languages, and it's my first time to work with really foreigners. Like you would really hear like once you enter the operations, you would know that you're in Vietnam. What's a ha? Nah, they're very loud, and then you would now go that you're in the Thai area. They will talk about ha. That's their tone, and then you will know that you're in the Spanish area. Like they will go, oh la chica, mongra. Then they talk like that. And then you will know you're in the Philippines, like, Beshi, meron nga palang chicken sa ano. So that's how diverse. And I'm really happy that I get to experience, the culture and diversity of that organization. So I stayed there for 2 years. So I worked with YouTube. I handle a lot of escalation, especially for the content creator, like the YouTube, like the Ivana Alawi. I handle them. Like, why did you shadow ban my YouTube account? I am not getting my monetization and all that. So I did it for 2 years, and then almost 3 years ago, July of 2021, a girl named Karen Pablo called me, talking about a new role in ADP Philippines, and they needed a senior leaders to oversee that because it's a complex hybrid setup that it has not been done yet. So they saw my profile in LinkedIn. I was not actively looking for that matter. And then I was really hesitant to try the offer because again, for one, I don't want to go back to the night shift, right? Because I've been working on the day job for more than 15 years already, and I get to spend a lot of time with my family, friends after shift. I get the 2 bats, may pakpatubats after shift. And GY, I've already ended my story with the night shift. But, with the, Karen is a good seller, I can say. She talked about all the benefits that you can get and the development that you can get with ADP, especially the fact that it's a KPO, right? So, September of 2021, I joined ADP Philippines. So I'm with HRO. I'm a senior operations manager overseeing total source tax and com services payroll. So I'll be turning 3 in September. There. And again, so that's my more than 2 decades of professional experience. But then again, one tip for you to really get along with your professional career is to make sure that you still, work with your family, spend time with your family, do your passion or whatever your interests are. Don't make it stop you from doing what you love to do, right? Because again, I would always tell my team that work is a piece of your life. Do not make it your life. All right? You have outside the work, but I'm not telling you it's not important. Okay? Okay? It what puts the food on the table, right? So within your 9-hour shift, do your best. Okay? But outside that, spend time with the people that matter. Okay? It's really, really important. Alright, so, and of course your passion. And syempre, I will segue, I also have my SOCMED, if you want to follow my life. I have my SOCMED there. Right? You can follow me on, I have a YouTube channel, Facebook, TikTok, and other SOCMED accounts, so feel free to like and subscribe. Free promotion to diba? Thank you, Talent Pillar, for this avenue. Alright, so that's my career journey over the past 2 decades, of my professional career. Now, on to, on a more serious note, my second agenda for today, which is I'm going to talk about, what is my secret sauce, right? From an associate level, how did I, go to my current role, right? It's not an easy road, right? It's a tough one, but it's feasible, diba? Alright, so, first off, I have my secret sauce and my success formula, and I'm calling it I'm a. So it's more of manifesting what do you want to be. It's more of manifesting your aspirations. Okay? So I'm a. Naman ADP, they love acronym very much. Alright, so it's a manifestation formula. So, you tell yourself really that if you want to be a team leader, you say to yourself, I'm a team leader, I'm a trainer, I'm a tech lead, I'm a service coach. And of course, I also have my own manifestation, diba? Ravi, listen to me, I'm a director. Okay. Alright? That's my manifestation, right? And you need to really manifest what you really want to be in a professional standpoint. And I'm 8 is not just a manifestation, it's an acronym, as ADP would say. So I is for inspiration. So this is my own secret sauce based from my more than 20 years of professional experience, okay? So I did not copy this, this is my copyright. Alright, I is for inspiration. You need to have an inspiration. Whatever your aspirations are, whatever you want to do or achieve in life, you need to have an inspiration. For myself, it's my mother, okay? It's my mom, it's always been my mom. Okay, I will not be emotional about this, but I always get emotional when I talk about my mom. So just to give you a backstory, so like when we were in our childhood days, we would eat champurrado for our Noche Buena, right? And again, on my portfolio, I studied in the famous School of Scholars, Jason, right? Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. You know that, diba? That's my schoolmate kasi. Alright, and you don't get to spend a lot of money for that. All you need to have is some grit and wit, right? So, my mom is a probinsyana. She's from Leyte. The love story of my mom and my dad, they stow away. They were, dito? My dad kasi is a lead vocal. So that's where I got my dancing prowess. So, the job of my dad before is like combo. That's what they call it, right? Combo. So it's banda or combo in the past. So it's a lead vocal. They had a gig in the province. My mom is a part of the audience, and then my mom, went my dad, and they went to Manila. In the aspiration of the life is in Manila, right? So she didn't graduate, high school, college. All she knows is to farm, and then I think she got tired of us seeing eating one viand a day, because sometimes our ulam is like sugar and Bear Brand, diba? And we get to get the pail of water on 2 blocks away from our house because we don't have our own gripo and faucet and that. So she decided to enroll to a summer class in a public school in our barangay, wherein this salon offers a free haircutting class. And then, with her grit and determination, she really pull it off, and she was the top notcher of that class. I'm so proud of my mom. Di ba? And then she was absorbed by the salon. Then, and then, she started by hair drying, the customers, or sweeping the floor with the hair. And then, she works like Monday to Sunday, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's how she's hardworking. And, eventually, with the grace of God, she was able to pull us out from that situation. So we now live in an apartment. We eat 3 times a day, and we get to eat ham during Noche Buena. And during the time, I was 7 years old, and we were all kids back then. So I have my ate, my kuya, myself, and another sibling of mine. And then we talked, like we were 7, 8, 9. We talked about kailangan na nating umalis sa sitwasyon natin, right? Ayaw na namin maging mahirap. We don't want to be poor. So we all decided that, we will all do well in school and get a decent job. And that's because, we have an inspiration, that's our mom, and we used it as our motivation, right? But then again, you cannot, succeed with just inspiration and motivation, right? You need to take actions, di ba? Because it's not, a silver spoon that you will be put in your mouth, right? You need to take actions. And I said to myself, I need to be like a network collaborator to succeed. In a layman's term, kailangan ko maging makapal yung mukha ko, right? And those actions, if you did see the video earlier on, right, there are 10 ways how to grow. That's very true. But for my personal experience and over the past 2 decades, I trim it down into 4 major core competencies that you need to master and act on if you want to level up. Okay? So there are 4. Number 1, leadership excellence. Number 2, operational excellence. Number 3, planning and organizing. And last but not the least, employee engagement. Alright? And that would sum up all of the things that you need to do to level up if you want to be a service coach, a trainer, a tech lead, a team leader, or whatever your aspirations are. You need to master all those 4 competencies. Leadership excellence is, making the right decisions. You do what is right and not what is easy, right? You bring out the best from your team, from your people. Operation excellence is your business. Right? You can't run a business, you can't sustain your business if you do not know your business. Planning and organizing, it's very, very important, especially, for leaders who handle e-time, right? Because if you can't really plan or organize yourself, that's a huge impact to your frontliners. It's talking about sweldo, diba? If you don't have that competency, everything will be ruined, diba? And you get to take away a money from that family, diba? If you fail on doing that. And what's very important, the last competency, is employee engagement. You need to be a champion of employee engagement. It's not about having theme day, dress up your TL, it's not about that. Employee engagement is about how can you make your associate, right, commit to the organization, diba? By developing them, bringing out the best in them, challenge them to be, in the best way possible they can. Because retaining our talent is the most important thing. If we do not have them, we are not here. I am not here. Because I have no one to support. That's why it's very important that you put at the top of your priority employee engagement. How can you retain your talent? Diba? And that's our job. Right? So Ravi, that's your job, ha? You make me director, okay? Alright, so again, those are the 4 major core competencies that you need to master for you to level up and to be ready to take on the next level role. And how you can do that? Be a network collaborator. Kapalan niyo yung mukha niyo, guys. Okay? Hindi pwedeng pa-shy-shy type ng new jeans, okay? You need to be a network collaborator. If you want to be a service coach, talk to the seasoned subject matter experts, right? Do a side-by-side with the experts. If you want to be a team leader, reach out to the seasoned team leader. How did you start, TL? I want to be a team leader. How did you do that? Diba? And if you want to be, a trainer, a learning consultant, you reach out to the ELs, diba? What are your programs, diba? Who are your best trainers? Who are your best trainers, diba? So when I started, I failed 3 times when I applied for a team leader role. I failed 3 times. And because I'm not networking to the right people. I keep on networking to my teammates who all, and my teammate will always tell me, you watch kasi the Mara Clara. Or probably, the boyfriend of the team building kasi you get to, to drink with them, right? You need you need to choose the right people. You need to choose your right mentor, right? Because you need to have a strong, supportive environment, right? Because they will tell you if you're doing it right or if you're doing it incorrectly. And they will guide you, right? And you need to choose the people that you trust. It's very, very important that you trust your mentors. Because at the end of the day, if you don't trust your mentor, di ba? Pasok yun dito, labas dito. Wala. Di ba? It doesn't make sense. Waste of time, waste of effort. Right? So again, you need to be a network collaborator. That's my ultimate tip. Or in layman's term, kapalan niyo yung mukha niyo. Alright? So, again, that's my secret sauce in developing in your role. So whatever your current role right now, and if you aspire to be on the next level role, you need to network and choose your right mentor, diba? And have a very supportive environment. So that's it. Palakpak. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayci.
Over to your host, Ren and Jing.
Thank you, Kayci, for sharing your perspective and introspective about your career journey. Now, grit, what did I get from this? Manifesting, having work-life balance, these are really great things to know, no? But if I'm going to take away something from this, it is that personal brand is exactly that. It's very personal. It's a combination of skills, your values, and the impressions that you leave on others. Now, if you were to ask me what my own personal branding was and is, it was a journey. It was an empowering choice, but it gave me control over my personal development, my career, my overall well-being. And just like Kayci, it did not take overnight. It wasn't an overnight thing. It took time and effort, and it required constant upkeep. Updates lang naman yun. Okay. Now, if you were going to ask me what my brand is, I would have to say I live by two things here at work. One, don't just do it. Do it well. And then number two, if there are opportunities, just grab it. Learn how to do it later. Because if you grab onto something you don't know what to do, that's your opportunity to learn. If you already know how to do it, by all means, be excellent at it. Get noticed. Do the networking thing. So, practice that, and then practice. If you keep doing it, it becomes a habit. Before you know it, habit becomes your brand. Right, Ryan? And you also tell us about your brand. My chance to ask her.
That's a little bit more than what I intended to follow, but let me try. But first of